Hey, what's up guys, it's Adrian here and today I'm gonna show you how to play Seraphine. This guide will apply for both mid lane and support. As for Seraphine, I'm using Summon Airy. This keystone is great for both shielding and poking. And so, you actually start with empowered ability. Like you could see before that I had yellow glowing on the icons. So basically, this means that your abilities get an echo repeating itself. And this happens once every 3 abilities casted. So for damage you should be casting empowered Q. W is a shield, but when you use it with your passive you actually get a heal as well. And as for E, it's a slow, but if the target is already slowed it's a root instead, and so on. Then immobilizing effect and stun. So if you're casting E as an echo, then your enemy gets slowed and then rooted. Means that empowered E roots your enemy. And also repeats the ability, so you kind of deal twice as much damage. But Q is the best for damage, especially because you can actually deal more damage to targets below 25% health with Q. Usually if you wanna poke your enemy effectively, and especially in melee matchup, then you should be casting Q when the enemy is going for last hit. So I see that this minion is low, but she's actually last hitting with Q now, so it's not that obvious in this matchup. But against something else that has to get closer in order to last hit, that really works. So you can just aim for that close to the wave so you can both outpush and poke your enemy. And well, kind of safe in this matchup. I should just be casting my abilities where the dagger lands. So make sure not to cast it too early. You actually apply more pressure without casting. I took barrier because they have Zac and Darius with Kata, so it requires that. For now I just focus on CSing. You can already see that she's being out CS'd, like I have the advantage. And even if she poked now, I just wanna focus minions now. Make sure not to get pushed too much, so you won't miss at your turret. And I don't have to do anything crazy. In some matchups I take Ignite, but here it's just not worth it. Even with Ignite wouldn't be that easy to kill her. But if I'm growing my lead like this and she's not able to farm, then it's okay. Actually, when playing against Kata, she can always just choose to roam somewhere, and yeah. Also, as you notice, that was empowered W, and first I granted the shield and then healing. Since heal is being casted after 2.5 seconds delay, you need to remember about it. And this means that if you're approaching your ally, you should cast empowered W before you approach your ally, so that when you arrive, you can instantly heal. And that can really make a difference and save your ally. Nice. I like it. I actually could have pressed my barrier like 1 second later, but it's still good, and you see the reason why I took it. I'm actually glad I took barrier. It's an excellent bait. And right now I don't have to push. That's enough. Seraphine mid is something that works well. I don't recommend picking her against something like Lux, but I think it's a good idea to play with Tear and Lost Chapter. And for mythic item I would recommend Lion Juice. Most of the times because it grants you ability haste as well, but mainly good against tanks, and we have Zac and Darius. Also I need to ping Shaco, there is a bait. Alright, so knowing how your passive works except for the nodes, which I'm gonna explain later, you should just plan your ability casts. So let's say you wanna deal as much damage as you can. where you have like one stack. So in order to achieve that, you use W or E, and then for the next combo, you're just gonna have your Q. Also, you can see stacks below, like below your health bar, and keep in mind that your enemies can see it too, though maybe some enemies don't pay attention to that. So you can look at this, or you can just remember. Like now, if I wanna deal as much damage, I will have to press E first, and I would have to press W or E now. And look, I just had my empowered Q so I could deal more damage. And she got rooted, so I think you could see now that it was our slow first. You know, maybe I was in range for ult, but I just wanted to show you a cool thing. So you can actually start the ult animation and then you press flash. So at first usually your enemy thinks like, what are you doing, like you're gonna miss, but no. If you have it planned, it works just as good as something like Irish Charm. So ult flash is great, especially later. Okay, so now Zac is chasing me. I had to get out of the turret range, and except for the shield, W also grants you movement speed effect, so that's really good. Ultimate charms for 1.25 seconds. Any champion track become part of the performance, so part of your ultimate, and the way it works, I'm gonna tell you. As for boost choices, cooldowns or magic pen, in this case magic pen on support cooldowns. So with this ultimate, the trick is to extend the range. So if your ultimate passes through an enemy or your ally, then the range gets extended, like twice as much pretty much, something like that. So if an enemy is escaping, but in front of you there's an ally, you just launch your ultimate, it touches your ally and goes even further. And yeah, also keep in mind if you wanna push faster, you just do this, like I casted E now, and already preparing some stacks for the second wave, or for Katarina's engage. So I'll be able to choose what I need. Always choose depending on the situation and try not to panic. That's pretty much how it goes. You can sometimes bait out with your E, and now I'm gonna explain the passive. So the first part of the passive was this, that every third ability, basic ability, Seraphine casts an echo of this ability. But the second part of the passive is that you have empowered auto attack pretty much. That also gains additional range. So Seraphine creates a node for each nearby ally whenever she casts an ability. For each node, her attacks gain 25 attack range and additional magic damage, also consuming nodes. So this shines late game, and especially in the team fights, if you have your allies grouped with you. You just cast W for example, and you can extend the range twice as much. Just position your enemies sometimes or just apply enough damage with nodes, and if you play with some on-hit build, then it's especially more beneficial. Try to hit the Q in the middle of the wave like this. And now let's do the Drake. Also Seraphine's aura is really good for taking objectives. You just cast Empower W, and that really helps, like your allies don't have to worry about losing too much health. It's the same as Janna's ultimate, except for the knock-up part, it doesn't knock up. Alright, so Kata is coming, I need to ping that, and that's an engage. I'm casting out like this, I try to follow with the root, and I've got... actually didn't get the kill. Now I'm gonna wait with the Q, and Zac will die. Oh, actually you had enough damage, alright. But Kata is rooted. And Nami almost died, but okay, it was still so worth for us. If you want, you can play with something else like Dark Harvest. Arcane Comet is also good. But I can tell you that Summon Area is great because if you're shielding your ally, it provides a better shield. I got him, let's go. Just make sure to slow first, it's way easier then. And if your allies have some crowd controlling abilities that slow, root or immobilize, then you can apply an even stronger CC. Alright, so Landris. I actually recommend Archangel for mid lane. Because you get additional shield that can really save you. Especially against such enemies like Zac has pretty good engage. The movement speed on W is decaying. And everything scales with AP, so you can actually heal for more. I can actually provide W, I guess. Oh, going at Shaco, alright. It depends how fed you are and what stage of the game there is. I really tried to save him. I had to flash this or I would be dead, yeah. Thing is, Kata is making a comeback, like she's strong. I'm expecting Zac's engage, by the way. I have ult. Thing is, your ultimate cannot be stopped if you cast it first. I think he's still there, I don't know. No, he's doing the red buff. Kata might choose to follow. Oh, so close. Okay. So as you can see, with Kata's damage, Archangel fully stacked will be really helpful. She's still greedy for the kill, wow. But I have the damage, so all it takes is a good ultimate and she won't be able to do anything. So mind games for now. But seems like she's not gonna try. She might be waiting for Zac to come from base and just try something. And wow. I focus on minions again. I could even encourage her to come at me if it's not a bait for Zac. But it could be. Anyway, I don't have to risk too much. Or I could just ask Shaco to come at her. I think if I would waste E, she would be courageous to just engage at me. Okay, that was calculated. Yeah, I calculated that I actually needed to shield myself instead of trying to just delete her instantly. And good thing I actually bought additional health, as you can see, so yeah. But also there's Azul's ultimate. I actually can't make sure now if he's ulting or not. I think he's not ulting, right? Anyway, I'm safe at this point. As you can see, Seraphine can stack Archangel quickly. By the way, if you are interested about how to play Seraphine support, I have made an older video. That is still up to date in terms of knowledge. You can use your ultimate defensively to protect your allies or just to engage. But most of the times it's better to protect your allies. Wow, Shaco is really squishy. We shouldn't let them make a comeback. See, with my allies I have this extended range. Oh. And I just got my ultimate. Now let's provide healing for my allies, so as I said before, it depends what you need in the moment. If you need more damage or just shielding, at this point I could ult, but he has his gap closer. Uh-oh. I didn't expect the knock-up. Okay, happens. It's still okay. Newly stacked my Archangel. Let's focus on the wave. Ah, she died already. That's for adding some depth into my rune page. The reason why I'm going mana flow band with Presence of Mind is because that way we don't have to worry about mana. Like this and this combined with tier has a really good synergy, and you never have to worry. You can always count on your spells. See, the burst is good. Maxing W second because it's more beneficial, like as you can see there's not much damage and actually your E costs more, so not worth it. Okay, I got him. He actually got hit. Keep in mind that this ult is slow, so you have to like predict ahead. And always focus on minions more. Because Seraphine has good scaling, so make sure not to lose the lane, that's it. Pick summoners based on what you need. Nice. Our allies are pretty much fed. Oh, good thing I just pressed W. Maybe it would kill Shaco. There was actually a red buff for B. Or maybe not because of Zack's presence. Or maybe... I got it. Oh, actually... seems like maybe I can survive, but you saw what saved me? It was Archangel indeed, Seraph's Embrace. So that's the best choice to just go barrier with this. And also my ally saved me, of course, there was Nami, so pretty good synergy. I ult ahead, actually, sadly it missed. It was a good idea because if it would land, I would save everyone. Next, a good choice would be going for allies, and it's because if you get the slow in effect, then it has synergy with your E. So instead of the slow, there comes root. That means if you apply empowered E, it should be an immobilizing effect alone. Okay, we should just focus on objectives now. We are strong for that. Wow, look at the damage. I got them. You see the Ultimate extended. Hit Darius and then Kata. Baron. Come on, Shaco, it's better to do Baron now, like, it's way easier to do the Drake later. Would be easier if Misfortune came too, but we are doing 2 objectives at once. It's actually possible because top laner and mid laner are dead, so that worked. Nice. Let's just back. Rylai's is ready. Next, it's a wise choice to go for Rabadon's Death Cap to gain even more AP into Void Staff or an Hourglass, depending on the game, but mostly Void Staff. Usually Seraphine is safe. Nice try. Zac might engage. Will he? Okay, he didn't so far. But he might be somewhere. We are doing 1-3-1, like Akali is pushing as well. And just don't get caught. This buys some time for Akali to push, so we could get another turret. Nice. See, he got rooted already. Actually flashed because of Darius. Now I'm fine. Maybe I didn't have to flash because barrier was ready. Okay. Nice. And now Ezreal. Used cleanse. We got him. He can't get away from Rylai's with this slow. He's dead too. Yes, nice. Actually, there's an inhibitor. Zac is not alive, so it was free. And maybe you could take bot lane as well. No crazy stuff required, let's just focus on objectives and that's it. But at this point we are overstaying, so let's back immediately. I was there just in case if Kata would decide to engage, which would be unexpected. Okay, I pressure bot a bit. Actually, there's only Azul, so can I push this? Also, sometimes you can press Q in one direction and E in the other, because your enemies will try to dodge, so it's likely that they can get hit by at least one ability like that. Alright, I'm gonna stay for the Drake. He's going to face check. That means Drake is free now. Alright, let's push bot. Could be using my ult to extend the range on allies and maybe catch them. Yeah, remember about the speed up. You speed up your allies as well. Empowered W runs twice as much. And see, I just rather keep my ultimate defensively instead of using like here, and I could save my allies. So that's pretty much all you need to know about Seraphine. You have some nice results on her. Nice! So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope that you learned something about Seraphine. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments what would you like next for a champion guide. It was a fun game. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.